What's up, Gatekeepers? Welcome back to Weekly Soap Chronicles, your one-stop shop for all the drama, romance, and jaw-dropping twists from beyond the gates. I'm your girl, Phil, and today I'm giving you a double recap of episodes 152 and 153. But first, I need you to hit that like button, please. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode with a little bit of flair. Let's get into it. So for episode 152, we start off with Haley and Bill. It's Bill's birthday, and Haley is pulling out all the stops to make it unforgettable. She's got treats, kisses, and a whole lot of love to give. And let's be real, Haley's little wordplay about giving Bill everything he deserves has an extra little meaning to it. They are chit-chatting, but of course, Haley can't help but to bring up Danny. What would Danny do for your birthday? Rent out the country club? You know what? Don't even worry about what Danny would have done, because I'm not with Danny, I'm with you, and let's keep it like that, okay? Side note, now that we know that Haley is playing the long con game with Bill, everything she says and does now is suspect. We know that she doesn't love him and is planning on taking him out by poisoning him. So again, everything she says and does from this point forward got an extra little tinge to it. Okay? Next up, we've got Naomi and Jacob. And oh boy, the tension is real. Jacob tries to plan a sweet spa day, but Naomi's not having it. She is not in the mood for Jacob's attempts to fix things. Naomi is standing her ground, and she knows what she wants, and she is not about to let anyone convince her otherwise. They love each other, but they are at an impasse. Can they find a way to move forward, or is this the beginning of the end? Okay, side note, Naomi is getting on my nerves. At this point, Jacob has no idea what to say or do that may set her off. Okay? She telling him, just back off. It's like, oh my gosh. You done said to everybody that'll listen how much you love your job, you don't want no children. Well, then just go ahead and make an appointment with the clinic. Meanwhile, over at Smitty and Martin's place, things are getting sneaky. Smitty makes a mysterious phone call to somebody and said, you know what, just make it happen, will you? And then sends Martin halfway across town to pick up some Thai food. But don't worry, Gatekeepers, it's all for a good cause, because Smitty's planning a surprise for the kid's dad. I love how this show balances the drama with the sweet, lighthearted comments. Now over at Danny's house, Danny and Pam are enjoying their healthy shakes after they finish their Pilates class. Then all of a sudden, they hear a scream coming from upstairs. They grab a couple of umbrellas and head on up. Turns out it's Chelsea. You've been robbed. She is literally freaking out. Then Andre walks in and Danny's like, well, he's the reason that the clothes aren't there anymore. I'm making room for him. And besides that, I have sent everything to charity. Oh my gosh, how could you do that without talking to me first? Girl, please. Of course, now she got an attitude with Andre because he's the reason why all the clothes are gone. Chelsea eventually leaves to head to Bill's house for his birthday party. Andre and Danny start kissing in front of Pam, and Pamela's clutching her pearls. And she keep looking at Andre like, you know what? He's a handsome young man. And Danny is like, you ain't never lied about that. You know, we need to put him in front of the camera. And of course, Andre is like, what? I don't think so. I prefer to be behind the camera. I do not want to be in front. Oh, come on. Think about it. You would do good. You could do both. You don't have to give up your photography career. Just be in front of it for a minute. And Andre is like, no. He says, fame can burn. Will he cave to Danny's pressure, or will he stand his ground? Stay tuned. Now let's talk about Samantha. Poor girl got ghosted by the boy she was supposed to study with, and she's feeling down. She's worried about her reputation because she's not one of the girls that will put out. And that's right. Keep it to yourself, Samantha. June is there to remind her of her unstoppable spirit. I mean, who doesn't love a good pep talk, right? Meanwhile, Jacob opens up to June about his struggles with Naomi. He loves her, but they're not on the same page. But although he didn't mention the baby thing, but you know, it's a tough spot to be in. But June's optimism is a breath of fresh air. She lets him know that he would be a good father one day when he and Naomi decide to have children. And he lets her know, well, you know, that's not in the cards for us because we decided that ain't really what we want. June is like, that's too bad, but you know, it is what it is. Back at Bill and Haley's, the birthday celebrations are in full swing. Chelsea gives him a handmade wallet, and Haley brings out a vegan, sugar-free cupcake. But let's be real, Bill's not about that life, and he swaps it out for a sugary one when Haley's not looking. Naomi comes in with a thoughtful certificate for her dad that he can hang up on the wall next to his law degree. And of course, Chelsea is like, my gift was better than your gift. Okay, we talking a leather wallet with a gold-plated money clip, please. And then Haley makes a toast to King Bill Day and drops a little nugget. She hopes to be pregnant by this time next year. And of course, this hits Naomi hard, and she abruptly leaves the party. Haley, of course, makes it all about herself. Oh, Haley. And then finally, we end the episode with Naomi at the hospital confiding in her friend Ashley. She thinks she's pregnant and needs a blood test to confirm. Ashley, being the amazing friend she is, reminds Naomi that she's fierce and whatever she decides, she can handle anything. So for Naomi, what is the purpose of getting a blood test to confirm your pregnancy? You don't want the baby. So, and other than Ashley and Jacob, they are the only two that know you are pregnant. So just go ahead and make an appointment with the clinic and be done with it. Next. Oh, and I almost forgot. Smitty gets down on one knee when Martin gets back to the house and proposes. Yay! So, moving on to episode 153, we've got Eva at the country club at one table, Tomas at the country club at another table. They lock eyes. They smile at each other, and then Eva flashes back to the moment Tomas told her I just want to be with Kat. Okay? And Eva is clearly still carrying that hurt. Now over at Bill and Haley's, they're still basking in the afterglow of his surprise birthday party. Bill's grateful and Haley's thrilled that Chelsea and Naomi showed up. But the big question is, why did Naomi leave so suddenly? Then Bill drops this bombshell that the Richardsons are falling apart. Divorce papers are in play and Ted is about to be wrecked. But instead of dwelling on the drama, Bill and Haley decide to head out for the night because why not? When the world's falling apart, you might as well enjoy yourself. And speaking of Ted, we find him outside his hotel room clutching those dreaded divorce papers. Leslie shows up, and let's just say it's not a warm reunion. Ted snaps at her and lets her know, you the reason why I'm getting these divorce papers. You need to go ahead and get out of my face. But Leslie, ever the dreamer, imagines the life they could have had. See, if you had just left her a long time ago, it could have been me and you having another brother or sister for Eva. Okay, but no, you decided to go back and be with Nicole, that cold ice queen. Ted eventually closes the door in Leslie's face. Then Leslie gets on the phone, calls Tomas, pretending to meet Anna Bullock, and cancels their meeting at the country club. Classic Leslie, always scheming. Meanwhile, over at Nicole, she and Kat are having a heart-to-heart about the divorce papers. Kat wonders if this is really what her mom wants, but Nicole is done. Ted's affair with Leslie was the final straw, and Kat, however, still believes in forgiveness. Okay, side note, Ted sleeping with Leslie would have had a bigger impact if Nicole and Ted were really trying to work on their marriage and stay together. But because she closed the door in his face since day one, what difference does it make if now that he done slept with Leslie? Okay, it shouldn't. But what do y'all think, gatekeepers? Let me know in the comments. Kat also brings up Tomas, insisting she shouldn't have to dump him over one bad decision. Nicole disagrees, pointing out that their situations aren't the same. And then the kicker, there's an impromptu wedding tonight, but Kat say, no, I'm not going because I made plans to be with Tomas. Okay? Which, of course, for me, I'm like, Now, back at the country club, Eva is annoyed when her mom cancels their date. Over at Tomas, he's got the same cancellation text from Anna Bullock when Eva stops by his table to say, hello, things get interesting. Tomas calls himself, I was a real jerk, and I hated the way that I treated you. And Eva wishes him the best. But when he invites her to stay, she drops a truth bomb. Anna Bullock is actually my mother. Okay, turns out that she loves Tina Turner as much as she loves the Articulates. And Anna Mae Bullock is Tina Turner's real name. Of course, Tomas the mannequin had no clue. Eva and Tomas share a laugh, and he even suggests she start dating somebody else. Eva's not so sure because it's hard to find a friendship like theirs. Side note, next week, Mr. Isaiah Hawthorne will be arriving in Fairmont Crest, and he and Eva will meet. Looking forward to that little gathering. Now back at Bill's, Naomi comes back and he and Naomi finally talk about her hasty exit from the party, but of course she doesn't reveal why she left. Bill wants her blessing with Haley and admits he wasn't the best father in the past. And Naomi, ever the realist, tells him she thought what he did was admirable, even if it wasn't perfect. Now, because Naomi doesn't want children, she assumes that her mother and father didn't want them either. Okay? Her mother stopped her career because of she was pregnant with Naomi. And of course, Danny was like, no, I stopped modeling because of Bill, not because I was pregnant. And Bill's thing was just that he devoted all his time to his career and he didn't have time for Naomi and Chelsea, and he missed a whole lot in their lives. And he says if this time Haley gets pregnant, he wants to be more hands-on with the baby that's in his life now. Now for the highlight of the episode, Smitty and Martin's wedding. Smitty gets down on one knee and proposes, and Martin says yes. So Nicole arrives with thoughtful gifts, including a tie from their first marriage or wedding, in blue lollipops, and cufflinks designed by Chelsea. Ted shows up with champagne, but he can't resist making a plea to Nicole. He wants to find their way back to each other, but Nicole's not ready to forgive and forget. I don't want to talk about that right now. It's no need for putting a downer on their happy occasion. The wedding itself was beautiful. Martin and Smitty recite heartfelt vows, quoting Dr. King and Maya Angelou. It's a reminder that love can overcome anything. But just as the celebration ends, Nicole rushes off, leaving everyone worried. What's going on with her? She tells Ted, I can't deal with this, and leaves. Meanwhile, Leslie shows up at the country club in a brown wig, snooping around. Eva catches her and calls her out. Leslie, ever the drama queen, defends her actions, saying she's just looking out for Eva. She even compares herself to Tina Turner, fighting her way to the top. But Eva's not impressed. She tells her mom to stop making them look pathetic. We've got money now, mama. We don't need to go through all these theatrics. Leslie tells her that Ted got those divorce papers, and Eva is like, that's not a good thing. And then she's like, oh, yes, it is. As a matter of fact, I'm headed over there so I can give him a little bit of comfort. Now, over at the hotel, Kat blindfolds Tomas and takes him to the same room where their night together did not go so well. She's determined to make it right, complete with his favorite drink and snacks. Things heat up quickly, and with some encouragement for Tomas, Kat takes the lead. Let's just say this time around, hopefully there will be no complaints. And finally, we end the episode with Nicole showing up at Ted's hotel room. They embrace, but little do they know Leslie is in the background watching from the hallway. And in true soap opera fashion, she pulls the fire alarm. I'm getting ready to break this up right now. Okay? Because why have a quiet moment when you can have chaos? And that's a wrap on Beyond the Gates episodes 152 and 153. What a whirlwind, right? From surprise weddings to fiery confrontations, these episodes had it all. But now it's your turn, Gatekeepers. What did you think? Are you rooting for Nicole and Ted to reconcile? Will Naomi and Jacob ever get on the same page? And how about Smitty and Martin's beautiful vows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a recap of Weekly Soap Chronicles. Until next time, keep the drama alive, and I will see you next time for more twists, turns, and tea from beyond the gates. Bye for now.